Hello, you guys. Welcome to my channel, Jesus Wants You. I'm the Watchman on the Wall, Nikki Hall. Listen, I've mentioned this um, dream a couple of days ago. I did not tell it in detail, um, but now I'm going to share it. I did a video. Most of you were on the video tonight. We were praying for America. We were praying for Donald Trump. But I want to share kind of bits and pieces of this vision dream that I had. And let me just tell you, I look back at my phone and I shared this with a sister in Christ because she's a visionary as well. And she had also had dreams and visions that night. Look, you guys, there are a lot of prophets that are having dreams and visions of that the Lord is showing us that is to come. Okay. Daniel 2:22 says that he revealeth the deep and secret things that lieth in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. After I had this vision, okay, a day or two later, after it was still in my head, because a part of I just could not shake, okay. But Daniel chapter 8 actually talked about a one horned, I'm going to say beast or being, okay? But I'm going to get to that later. But I was just shocked that I actually saw things about the horns of something that I actually saw in the vision. So, anyway, I can't particularly remember how the vision started off because this particular morning, January 9th, I had several different, like 8 different scenes, 8 different dreams and visions, okay? But this particular one, it was chaotic. There was so much going on in the earth. The world was in turmoil. It was civil unrest. Nothing was the same. Everything was out of order. There was no order, okay? None. The world was going crazy. People were looting. People were just roaming around like there was law. It was lawlessness. There was no law in the land. There was no structure, no organization, nothing. Okay. And because of that, there were like groups of guys. Okay. These particular guys, yes, they were African American guys. Okay. I'm telling you what I saw. But there were groups of guys, whether they were in gangs or what have you, I don't know. But what I do know is they were raping because of the civil unrest, because of the chaos, the disorder. They were just running wild and were raping women. Women. You heard about it, you saw it, okay? It was like I was put in different type scenes, like watching it through a bird's eye view, if that make any sense. I'm standing afar off and I'm watching it. And there was a part of the dream I do not want to share. Okay, the Lord, and when you know it's from the Lord, He's gonna, that which is like foul, if there was sex or anything, the Lord will cover it up. He will let you know by the Spirit what is going on, but it was covered up, meaning I couldn't see the actual parts, but I know it was a rape going on, okay? I know that there were a gang of guys trying to attack one woman, and y'all know where I'm going with that, all right? Okay. Another dream, another part of the dream switch to where there's this limo. And obviously, it had to be around Valentine's because I saw Valentine's balloons, decoration, and I'm looking in this limo like bird's eye view. And this woman and this man was celebrating Valentine's Day, the both of them, and you put two and two together. They were in the back of the car. There was a Valentine decoration everywhere. Now, this decoration, okay, could mean that when this chaos and things that's gonna kick off, could that have been, is that setting the scene? Is when all this chaos going to be? I don't know. It could represent a timetable of when it's going to happen. I don't know. I am sharing the pieces of what I saw. Okay. But the silk comforter set that they had different color Valentine hearts, red, uh, pink, hot pink, pastel pink. I'm telling you details, okay? Balloons, there were wines, champagne glasses, the whole 9 yards. And then you already know, put two and two together. It was all covered up. And let's just say it was extracurricular activity going on. Okay, let's just say that. All right, everything was covered up. But there was a part of the dream where I knew that she did not know the real enemy that was under the cover. Okay, she saw the person she was with, but somehow when it switched to when she didn't see what I saw. And what I saw, you guys, I wish I tried to find a photo, but this thing kind of looked like something you would see on, like, I don't know, the Wiz, or it was, I want to say one of the things that was on the Wiz, it was odd. It was a man. I knew it was a man, okay? But it had between his eyes a horn, okay? Or one horn, and he was just sitting there. And when she came from under, when the covers was unveiled, when she came from under, this thing took that horn and stabbed her in the head with it and killed her. I don't know what all that means, okay? But I'm just telling you, the key thing to pay attention to was the disorder, the chaos. Nothing was been in that same vision of dream, is the same vision of dream where I had seen another dream and vision about food stamps and welfare. Okay. The dream switches. I'm in a food stamp and welfare office in an old building. Okay. There were women sitting at desk. There were desks in this office, different desks, and there were women, and I knew in the spirit that they had been sitting there waiting for a long time, like they wanted food and they wouldn't leave it until they get it, but they had been sitting waiting and waiting for a long time, to the point where they fell asleep. There was chaos and stuff going on, and they were mad at the only one guy, the only white Caucasian guy that was working in this food stamp welfare office in the corner. And there were people coming in, but the people that was sitting at these desks, there were no caseworkers attended at this place. Like, they had sat there until they fell asleep. And I remember saying to myself, are they dead or are they asleep? What is going on here? There were no food stamps, no welfare, no assistance. This is the third dream I done had about no food stamps, no food stamps. Okay, this third dream, there was no food stamps, no welfare. The point is, you guys, Something's coming. You already see the civil unrest and all these agendas and things that is taking place. Okay? They want you to believe that there is one man in office that's behind all of this that is taking place, and the devil is a lie. Oh, it's a man behind it, and his name is Satan. Okay? It's all an agenda. But the thing of the matter is, people of God, what we really need to pay attention to is that we need to pray. Because there are a lot of things that is happening. Prophets prophesy in part. We're seeing things that is gonna, like a couple of years ago, 2023, or the end, towards the end of 2024, I did a video about a vision I had where I knew that there was a plot to try to bring a nuclear weapon, to try to detonate a nuclear weapon, okay? Or to activate it. Not detonate, but activate it, okay? And it was against Israel. Okay. There was a lot of civil unrest. I remember seeing and feeling a earthquake. And there was so much civil unrest going on. I done had three different, in the last 3 years. Now I've had other dreams and visions where there, but yes, let me thank you, Lord. This dream that I'm telling, that I just got through telling you about the one horn thing and all the unrest and chaos, there was a takeover of the cities, of the country, a takeover. People were mad. They were upset that the country had been taken over by military, by taken over by foreigners. It was a mass takeover. And because of the takeover, there was disorder, lawlessness. But the dream, going back to the dream I was telling you about the earthquake, I remember seeing army men, military men on ground. And already I heard today that the National Guard been called out. There were military men going from house to house, pulling people up out of there, trying to get us out of the house. Military people. People running around, screaming, hollering, crying, chaos. You couldn't find anybody. This is the type of stuff. If we don't pray, everybody worried about Trump, and if Trump this, Trump. Y'all, there's a bigger picture. The bigger picture. I know you don't see it right now because Trump is in the seat. Y'all thinking y'all don't see what we see. But the bigger picture is, if what the enemy is trying to get, the enemy is mad because the one they really wanted to be in the seat is not in the seat. Okay? If who would have got in the seat was in the seat, we wouldn't be able to do no video like this. You wouldn't be able to pray in the school. One of the prophecies that the Lord gave me was for 2 years ago, and 3 years ago, and for this year. You're going to hear people talking about Jesus Christ in high places. In places you ain't ever known to hear people talk about Jesus Christ. It's already happening. There was a prophecy that the Lord gave to me 2 years ago. And even before that, you're going to start seeing that. And it's happening. But if the agenda of Satan come in, there are schools talking about bringing prayer back in school. But if the agenda, saying it again, of Satan comes in, you wouldn't be able to do. You wouldn't even be able to have a Bible in your house. You wouldn't, as it's already trying to start. It would be hard for you to go to the bathroom without you stumbling over, sitting over a man that thinks he have female parts and he's still carrying around male parts, and and joining you in the same bathroom and indoctrinating your kids with filth. Oh Lord. It was Paul said, I wish you all could prophesy. I wish you could see some of the things that if you just listen to the things that we prophets are seeing and saying. We must pray. I love you guys. Stay prayed up. Please keep praying. I'll see you next video. Good night.